Did you grow up in Manchester?
My dad is from India, but moved to Manchester when he was 7 from India. And although I was born in London, he's from Manchester, and my mum's from Liverpool. But yeah, my dad grew up in Manchester, so that kind of accent and that kind of the way, the rhythm of the language and the city, and I go there quite a lot to see family. So it's kind of in me, although I was born and raised in London.
You were raised in London,
yeah.
Right? Have you visited Brighton before?
I genuinely come to Brighton as often as I can. In fact, I'm one of those awful people that turn up when the sun comes out, the awful tourists that aren't here all year round. I was actually in Brighton when I got the call to I got Easters East the first time in the West End. I'd gone straight from the audition. I had my second audition. I come straight down to Brighton with a friend, and we'd gone for a pint. And I got the call to I got Easters East. So honestly, I cannot wait to be in Brighton. And it's kind of, I was a bit upset we were doing it first because I wanted to look forward to it. But the fact that we're going to be here for 2 weeks, I don't know how I'm going to get any work done, to be honest.
Right. And where have you worked in Manchester?
I did a Sky television pilot in Manchester with Mira Sayal. But in terms of theatre, I haven't done a huge amount of theatre in general. But I haven't, other than filming in Manchester, I haven't done any work in Manchester. But I'm there quite a lot. I've got cousins there. We did a week of Easters East at the Manchester Opera House. Which was incredible. And this play is, as much as it's got Asian aspects, and it's quintessentially very, very Manchester and very Salford and very northern. And the streets, people who come in Manchester and the north will recognise the set and how the streets were in those days. And I think that, you know, it's really quintessentially Mancunian at its heart. Well, this play is, I mean, it's universal, but it's got a real overriding Mancunian Salford feel. That is where it's set. That's the heart that beats through this play. It's a product of that era and that time, and that's where Ayub, the playwright, is from. He is from Salford, and he wanted to write it with the rhythm, the slang that was used, the words that were used are very, very Salford and very Manchester. And I think people from there will really, really relate to it and will be able to. I mean, my dad, for example, when he came, who's born and raised, well, not born, but raised in Salford, he couldn't believe the sets, and he was like, just like our street in those days, and some of the language he hadn't heard for so long. It was really nostalgic for him. So I think it's got a real Manchester heart beating through it, and it always will, and that's at the heart of Easters East.
Do you think there are many racial tensions in Manchester?
I mean, I haven't experienced any, but I think there's racial tension everywhere under the surface. You know, it's much less than it was in the time that this is set, because in the time this is set, racism was an overt thing that would, you know, my father experienced it greatly, and his family did when they came here. But I mean, these days, obviously, thankfully, it's more the minority. But I think never noticed in Manchester more than anywhere else. Manchester's a big, vibrant, cosmopolitan, massive city. You know, it's there's all kinds of cultures there, all kinds of colours and creeds, as there are in every big city. And so I think Mancunian people are friendly and welcoming and a good laugh. You know, and I think that's why they love East East, because it's a good laugh as well, and it's that real Mancunian humour. So no more than anywhere else, really.
And last question is, what's your favourite place in Manchester?
Oh, goodness me. I had a lovely Chinese meal in Chinatown. I've been out in the Northern Quarter quite a few times, a few of the bars around there. I really liked this is, I don't know if I should say, Canal Street, because it was beaming sunshine when I was filming there, and we had the day off, and I love to be by the water, which is why I love Brighton as well, to be by the sea. So I had a nice pint there. But I love Manchester because I love the northern humour. I love the Mancunian humour, and I think northern people, as a massive generalisation, are very, very friendly and have a lot of banter. And I think Manchester is another city. Manchester and Brighton are probably the two places I prefer to live in than London, and that's the genuine truth.
Great, thanks.